2, 3, showtime.
Now it's a new day, a new week for someone to build themselves. Happy Monday.
1, 2, 3, showtime.
Why keep her around? Why keep her bound if she's
Because
not
they're
still
used to
drinking?
each other. It's a habit.
No,
now.
he said he's not used to it. He doesn't like it. He's not appreciating what he has. So
To the side chick, and they become side chicks without even knowing. You would have told me and gave me the option. I would have told your ass no.
If your church got a cash app, there it is. There it is. I like it a lot.
One, two, three, showtime. What's good, world? What's good? Welcome. Welcome to another great episode of the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast where we filter out that bull. Yes, we talking about it, man. We talking about the BB Dubs. BB Dub. Represent. Yeah, man.
Shout out to all my
and
women out there.
Huh?
I said shout out to all my big beautiful women out there.
You know
Holding
what I
it
mean?
down.
Holding it down. You know what I mean? Tonight is literally wrapped around the love of y'all, man. And so we're gonna have the conversation, man. We definitely gonna have the conversation tonight, man. It's definitely going down. Thank y'all for tuning in. People tuning in from the Gas Mask Tribe podcast, TV podcast, where we fit out that boy. You can catch us on Anchor. Also, anyway you get your podcast, people. Anyway you get your podcast. This is definitely where we have the big bang. And yes, if you guys are out in California on October 30th, I have a show. Yep. Dirty Harvard will be live. So if you guys are out, you know what I mean, come check that out. Also, we got new music that's releasing, so you guys can go to Spotify and check all that good shit out. Also, there's a new show with Notice that we're coming up with that's in the back of the works next year releasing. So yeah, it's a lot of work at hand, man. It's really a lot of work at hand. We have tons of shows that's coming up. We have the network already built. You guys can go to Patreon right now. Literally go to Patreon, and you could become a member on Patreon from $1 to $5. So, you know what I mean. Thank y'all so much. If you went there and already became a Patreon member, we'd like to thank y'all for supporting the network. You know what I mean. We grooming this. It's straight groundwork, straight from the ground. You guys are seeing it. You know what I mean. I call it a viewers podcast. You know what I mean. It's for them. You know. So. Thank y'all so much once again. Dude, how's everything been? How was the weekend?
Weekend is always the weekend, man. Especially with me, always packed with these girls.
Did you go to church Sunday?
Huh?
Did you go to church Sunday?
Nah, they don't go to church. I've been to church in a while. It's been a couple years since I've been to church. I will continue to. I need to go get some spiritual feeding, but nonetheless, though, your goddaughter, my daughter, she had an event, but she got her hair done and dyed with highlights and shit. I don't know how I really feel about that shit because she's 10, like she's 14. You know what I mean? That shit. Anytime they grow up too fast for me, and I'm like, my daughter told me one day, she's like, "Dad, why you always frown when I tell you like this boy likes me?"
Because I don't like that shit.
Said, "No, ever will be good enough for you, ever, and no one will be good for them. I don't care if they're the perfect guy, this and that. He does this and that. He got millions of dollars. I don't care. It'll never be good enough ever." So, and they looked at me like I was crazy. Like I was fucking crazy. I was like, "You're just not a dad. Once you become a mom one day, you know what I mean? Then you will understand of the protection of your children, you know." And yeah. So she went out. She had an eventful weekend. Went out with her little friends and they went to this place called Area 15, which I guess is like aliens or whatever. And all this stuff, and then they went to Adventure Dome, which is really big out here. Adventure Dome is really big. Yeah. So I don't know how she gets into all these things. And like my oldest is I want to say slightly jealous of it because my oldest always goes, she always like, I don't understand why she always gets to do things. I'm like, yo, she got friends. You right now are in career making mode right now, which is basketball. And you focus on school and basketball. And she's your sister is 10. She's still playing around with her friends and shit. You know what I mean? It's like you had your time, play around with your friends, you did things, It's just at that time now where, you know what I mean, she's having fun. So and my weekend was wrapped around waiting on my daughters coming home and different things like that. It's always a weekend with me. Always a fucking weekend. It's something. I think we doing something this weekend. I'm like, fuck, man.
You know what I mean? Definitely. I mean, I didn't have too much of a crazy weekend. I tried to chill out as much as I can because I'll be moving too much throughout the week. But you know what I mean? I definitely, was able to, of course, get a lot of edits done. Was able to get a lot of stuff for the Gas Mask Tribe out. You know what I mean? And just do a lot of good shit like that, and hang out with the fam at the house and shit, and you know what I mean. So I chilled out. I was trying to chill out, lay back. You know what I mean. So sometimes people you got got to chillax it for a little bit. You know what I mean. But I went on a outing with my daughter throughout the week, and that was dope. We went to the National Museum. And that was literally dope. That was dope. Sometimes I'd be dreading going out with the fathers and going out like to the field trips and shit. Cause I mean I just feel awkward. You just standing there because you're standing there. I'm like standing there with my daughter, and my daughter's just playing with her friends. And I'm like, okay, so what's next? And you're supposed to be like a chaperone, you know what I mean? And so that's like the whole thing of it, chaperoning. And it was kind of like, and my wife says like, you got to go on each one. Now you got your son, right? Because at least one of them I go on a field trip. Generally, I'll just leave my wife generally does it.
Do that job.
Yeah, because she's way better at it than I am.
Mingle with the parents, and when you don't really want to or want to feel like we talk all week. So they come in like, okay, let me talk to you, motherfucker.
Like honestly, what I'm like sometimes talking to the parents is like, I don't know. It's just something like if you don't know them outside of the school, then talking to them it's just weird.
It gets to a point of awkwardness.
Yeah, it's very awkward.
Get out things to say real quick.
Very fast. Because you be wanting to say shit like, man, I swear, man, these motherfuckers. But then you got the kids right, like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but it was language, everything.
But it was definitely a great time. I had a great time. You know what I mean? Good people out there. You know what I mean? People Gas Mask. Oh, go ahead.
You know what I do though when I do meet parents? I always tell them about the podcast. I'll be like, yo, run the podcast, and they're like, oh, you do? I'm like, yeah, check it out. Give me your phone. Boom, boom, boom. And then I subscribe to them. As soon as they give me their phone, you're subscribed, motherfucker.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Great selling tactics. You know what I mean?
You gonna give me your phone? Your phone is subscribed now.
Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast where we felt out that bull. We're gonna get right into a notice current event. Yep, we back at it, people. Notice current events, and we're gonna get right into it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Also, share the podcast. Before we get into the show, UK says, I couldn't have kids. Really, a daughter? I would have been going to prison over it. I ain't heard of I know, bro. It happens like that. Right now, I got my son, right? My son got a little, he's in pre-K. So, what's up, Miss Daisy? So, my son going to school, and there's a little dude at the school that be bugging him, that be like, trying to punk him, right? I mean, he's 4, so I'm telling my son, like, like if he grabs you or whatever, I guess the dude be like messing with his hair. I guess he jealous. The little kid is jealous of his hair or something. Little black kid, whatever. All right, so I'm like, look, if he say something or he grab you, hit that nigga hand back. Bow, homie. Like, give him the karate hit. So we walking around the house just practicing it. Literally. I'll grab him by his hair. We walking around the house, literally. I'll grab him by his hair. He'll bow, like, get off me, right? And I told him to say, get off me. You know what I mean? But like, get off me, like, you know what I mean? Raise up, homie. Right? So you should. I videotaped that. I gotta do an edit on it. But we walking around the house, and I grab him by his hair. He bow, right? So he goes to school the next day, and I'm going to pick him up, and I see him in the line. And I see the little kid, like the little kid messing with him, pushing him or whatever. My son pushing him back, like, stop. But the little kid is like doing it such in a funny manner that it made me laugh. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bitch, you are wrong. Like, you laughing at the kid messing with your kid, right?
You crazy. You crazy.
I'm fucked up. But
hey, but go ahead.
It was fun. It was funny to see how he was reacting to it, because he wasn't punking out. He was just like, get up off me. He was telling the other kid, get up off me. But the way the kid was messing with him was like, I'm just fucking with you. Just, you know what I mean? And my son was like, I ain't playing that shit. Like, so I could tell my son's gonna hit his tipping point. You know what I mean? To where, he gonna lash out, he gonna kind of black out on him. You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna get a call from the school telling me your son's a thug. Last time that happened with my daughter, they was like, your daughter's a thug, and the way she's hit him off the bike. And I was like, nah, man, my grandfather was just showing her how to, like, defend herself. The next day, the next day she used it at the school. I called G Pops, like, yo, my daughter got suspended today. He said, what? Baby got suspended? I said, yeah, man, she got suspended. He go, why did she get suspended? I said, well, you know what you was teaching her yesterday? You know what I mean? With y'all. Sophie was only like maybe 4 or 5 at the time. And I was like, you know what you were teaching her yesterday? He was like, yeah, what you teach her how to defend for herself? I said, well, she used every bit of that on this little Asian boy at the school. Fuck this little Asian boy up. You know what I mean? I got into it with his dad and whatever. His dad was like, you should train your daughter to whoop whoop. I was like, no, you should tell your little son to do some push-ups. I'm not going to tell my daughter to stop doing something that I know a boy can overpower her on. Fuck all that. Right. You know what I mean? Toughen him up. It did. That ended up not being cool. She got kicked out. So, but she ended up going to USC Magnet, and then that ended all that.
Have you ever, as a, or anybody, any one of y'all, have you ever as a parent just like gave a little kid a stanky eye? Like, not so much to where, like,
yeah,
like you little motherfucker, like you fucking with my kid.
I do this. I be trying to do one of these.
No, you can't do that to the kids. You can't do that to the kids. I feel it though. I feel it inside. You just be like, man, fuck you, man. You little motherfucker. You little rugrat. You call them all little fucking names. All little names. Like shit.
Flat, stay away from mine. Don't bother mine. I'll punch you. I'll tell my child to punch you too. Like, hey, we both go
fucking jaw.
UK said I will put my kids in some type of fighting classes at a very early age. Yeah, it's honestly, but you gotta watch out for that though, because look, we're finna go on another topic of the show.
Anyway, no, we get to it. Yeah. But All right, we'll get to it. I got one current event because there's so many out there. I don't like
Let me hit the slide. Let me hit the slide first before we do that. People, thank y'all so much. Thank you. Hey, Cuzzo, Shaquille. Hey, man, big homie. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Hey, matter of fact, you could tune into the pod. We're gonna put the link in the comments. Tune in, join this conversation. She's at all the time. Stay away from mines. LOL. Gang, for real. We're about to get into the Gas Mask Stripe TV podcast right now segment with Notice. Everyone, this is Notice Current Event. Gang. One, two, three, showtime.
Everybody, welcome to the Gas Mask Stripe TV podcast where we filter out that bullshit, man. We noticed that, so we noticed this, and this is Notice Current Events. So yeah, I want to just say, like, notice current events is going to be real brief today, because there's just a lot that's going on out there, politically. There's a lot of just like stupid, just little current, not even current. They're just people being stupid, and I don't want to flush you guys with those things. So I want to bring things that's going to be qualifying to your life, and that's going to actually matter to the table. But before I get into the current events, hey man, have you guys noticed? I live in Vegas. It's getting a little chilly out here. Not chilly, but it's here. You know what I mean? I got a couple different hoodies, you know what I mean? Like I do my hats. And yeah, and man, I'm just noticing that it's starting to get a little bit chilly. I don't know where y'all viewing from, where it's on the East Coast, Midwest, down south, or on the West Coast, or up north. Yo, man, I don't talk to me about it. Because I think it's my daughter keep telling me it's hoodie season. And I'm like, girl, it's not hoodie season. According to the temperatures outside, it is not hoodie season. But what season what season it is right now is debate season and election season. And there's a lot of election going on with the Atlanta elections. It seems like Atlanta, Georgia has a lot that's going on. So you have that governor, Miss Kemp, or whatever her name is, that and the three that are having a debate, right? Crime and abortion. And I know that is sensitive to some of you women out there, where you like these things really matter to you as far as abortion goes, and then even some people would as far as the crime goes, and back the blue and whatever the case may be. Well, let me tell you this: it's not going to matter unless you get out there and vote. And right now, there are the debates. You got to keep up with the political. And we were talking about this on the Gas Mask Tribe the other day, but you guys got to keep up with the political standpoints as far as the lower levels. The president doesn't always get it done. So it's sometimes good to even tune in for like 5 to 10 minutes just to see what that candidate is talking about. That candidate, those candidates sometimes be taking me back. I'll be like, I thought you was a smart candidate. And they just say the dumbest things all the time. And it takes me like really. I look at them like, nigga, and we supposed to vote for you. There's other governors. Get his fucking name. I usually have my notes down so I can remember his name, Hessler or whatever his name. Black guy that's going against a white guy. Oh, what break is that? And he always flashes his FBI fake badge, but it's not an FBI badge. It's just to get out of jail free card badge. It's kind of funny. But my major meat and potatoes, like Biz always says, as far as the notice these current events tonight, will be about Iran. Iran is going through I wouldn't say turmoil. I'm not going to say that. Iran is going through some things tonight where people are fed up with the government. And the reason why this is such a big topic and big deal is because we have always dealt with Iran, and Iran has been a big country that's always wanted America just to leave them the fuck alone. But as America do, we just don't do it. The young people are taking riots to the streets. The prisons are being set on fire. There's all type of stuff that's happening in Iran and also Israel. But Iran is just going crazy right now, where young people are dying left and right because they're not caring. The young people, you run the world, but they are not caring right now. They are hitting the streets and they are trying. I wouldn't say they're trying to overtake the government, but what they're doing, they are like really holding up a defense against the government, saying that we are not going to take this. How y'all treat women? Women are standing up for themselves. We don't need to wear cloaks and this anymore to teach or to have a job. It is a big thing, because if it gets any bigger than what it is, I believe that we're going to have some American influence over there. Yes, we're going to try to let them civil war it out, and that's what they're currently doing. But right now, if y'all got the young people that's acting up, I can only imagine. They're not scared of taking bullets. They are going out on the streets with no nothing, going off the riding and ready to take bullets. Young people. And it's crazy. And out there, and big ups to Iran and all the riders out there. I hope that they get their shit together, and they square things away, man, because it's going to be a major disaster. Oh, last one, I did touch bases on Israel. Israel is going crazy. Israel is actually the place that had the fires. They burnt down a big ass prison. Big ass prison. A big ass prison. This prison is like the size of Compton. That's how big it is. And anybody knows Compton is imagine your small town. You know those movies where back in the day, I'm trying to give everybody a general sense of where the Cowboys used to ride into town and it was like just a mini town. That's how big that prison was. Huge. And they burnt that shit down. So y'all, everybody, just like I said, it's happening when it happens in other countries. In other countries, it starts to happen around the world, and the turmoil is starting to happen everywhere. It's not just happening in Israel. It's not just happening in Iran. It's happening in Africa. South Africa is going through a big ass blackout where they're conserving power. I don't know if anybody knew that, but South Africa is going through some things right now where power is a problem. Imagine you have to share your power is off for about 7 hours, about 12 hours out of the day. How would you charge your phone? How would you do anything? And South Africa is going through that right now. Right now, as you speak, where the government is sending out to text messages of time places where your power will be shut back on. That is crazy. So, stay up with your news, man, and then use me as a little stepping guide as far as finding out what the news is, and you can just go dig into it. If you got to fact check me, but normally you don't have to do that because I'm making my business to be the real one for a reason. And with that being said, we noticed that, so we noticed this. We noticed current events. Yeah, let's get back to the show.
1, 2, 3, showtime. Big booty with a big room.
Big booty with a big room.
Thank y'all so much, man. Really appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It's the Gas Mask Chart. What's up, Miss Daisy? How you doing, Miss Daisy? You sick?
I'm sick.
Barely holding
I
up
got
your
a
phone.
stuffy nose. My throat hurts. I have a slight headache.
Oh, it's that weather change getting to you, huh?
Yeah, I get sinuses, so I'm a little bit more vulnerable than other people when it comes to weather changing. I get like sick when the weather changes.
You ain't burning no oranges or no sage and ginger and all that shit them Hispanics be doing.
Yeah, I did two sticks of canela and Bailey's and clavos, and I
Cloves,
drunk that.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Did
clavos.
you say clavos?
Yeah,
Is that what they call cloves? Clavos.
yeah, those little black looking things
Yeah.
that yeah
Yeah.
they yeah they're called nails in Spanish.
Wow. Man. Well, we hope
That's
you. We
funny.
pray you get
Right?
better, man. We
You know what
pray you
black
get
people do?
Huh?
No, we do that. We do that. We also do it's we do a hot toddy. You know what a hot toddy
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
What is a hot toddy? I did medicine ball from
Yeah, she
earlier
ain't
from
Starbucks.
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 nah.
Mhm.
Nah. Hot toddy is like it's kind of like a medicine ball, but just a little more on steroids and a little ghetto. So what you do
Yeah.
is
Some
Oh,
get
we
whiskey.
you
call. Oh, you put whiskey in it?
Yeah,
whiskey or
whiskey.
cognac.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Yeah,
Well,
you
Oh, I'm talking about a wild turkey. A wild turkey is what I'm talking about. Where
yeah.
they put wild turkey whiskey in it. But it's the same thing, but it just used like every time I've had it with wild turkey whiskey. And that
Right.
shit, like, whoo, you talking about sweating out some shit?
Yeah.
what do you
You
Yeah.
gonna
put
sweat
in there?
Yeah. So
you
you got
lemon, whiskey,
lemon,
hot. It has to
ginger,
be hot though. Right. Ginger. You can put ginger
peppermint,
in there. Yep.
peppermint,
Just to sweeten it up
honey,
for you.
Oh,
I
the
little
take it
honey.
peppermint
straight.
sounds good.
Huh?
But that's sweeten it. That's sweeten it.
No, it's like your Theraflu on steroids.
Yeah,
It's
I know. Oh, have you heard about it's called the bomba or a bomb, a medicine bomb. Basically, you do ginger, onion, garlic, orange, and cinnamon, and you top it off with lemon and honey. You have to drink that shit like it's nasty.
Oh wow. Wow. Well, we hope you get
that's some
better,
like
man.
Jamaican shit.
It's
Yeah,
called
facts.
a bomb because it's a
Uh,
flu bomb.
We hope you get better,
Oh, okay.
man. Gas
Yeah.
Mask Tribe TV podcast, people. We are where we filter out that boo. Look, Daisy got COVID. Oh, hell no.
I was out on Sunday with my son, and then by the time I got home, I had a sore throat. So I don't know.
Got that strap.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hey, later we gonna talk about your salsa dancer. I mean, you gotta go, so I ain't trying to hold you too long today. But okay.
Put some
I
vapor rub
was
on your
in the
feet and your chest.
car. Y'all didn't even see me outside.
Hey,
And
Daisy, put some vapor rub on your feet and your chest, and then cover up.
um, have you heard of putting onion on your feet?
Nah, I ain't nobody put no fucking onions. The niggas smell bad already. I'm not. I heard about that shit. I'm not putting no fucking onion on my fucking feet. I'm not doing that. That's just not happening. That's out. I'm not doing that shit. Vapor rub, I'll put some vapor rub.
Yeah,
Not putting no
vapor
fucking,
rub is the all medicine thing for Latinos.
I think that's some
Put some
old shit
vapor
that
rub
y'all
on
never
it.
got past that don't fucking
You
work.
froze.
I don't bad enough. Fuck that.
That shit works for
Am I free now?
bruises, for
People,
so swelling. It works for colds and flus.
what's up? Ain't saw
I'm not
you
putting
in a while, Auntie. Miss Daisy, we pray you get better. You know what I mean? You put potatoes, not onions. He's stupid. Guys, Mass Tribe people, let's get right into it. Of course, I gotta bring something that's a little thought provoking. This is something that really bothered this touched my heart. You know, it just really touched my heart. So I thought I'd just play it on tonight's podcast. You know, we talking about it. BBWs tonight. We talking about the love between Skinny Man and BB Dubs, people. I just wanted to start the night off with a little thought provoking, kind of get everybody on their high horses, get the juices flowing. You get what I mean? Gas Mask Tribe gang.
Let me tell y'all how fucking freaky I was as a little girl. I used to go to the library, right? And I would watch cartoon porn. I don't know how I got away with it. but I would watch it. I would also Google like BBC and I would print out the pictures and I would hide them in my fucking ceiling. And one day, like, they found my parents, found my stash of BBCs in my fucking ceiling. And it just was like embarrassing. I don't remember what happened because I don't think they ever really talked to me about it after that. But to find my stash of BBC hidden in my ceiling, what the
People.
That's funny.
I
I would be so
thought it would be,
embarrassed.
huh?
Yeah, I would be so embarrassed. You're always getting off the subject, but that is so embarrassing. Like, imagine your parents finding your porn or your magazines or your private stuff. That's crazy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
I
everybody
thought
can hear
you
you.
were, hold on, I thought you were mod on this one, Brody. I don't know why you, I don't know why
Yeah, I
it's
took it
10.
out. Yeah, I took
I
that out.
know, but
That was
can you make him mod? Can you make him mod? You may have to go to our actual Biz Entertainment. I'll do it right now, or the gas
don't
mask one.
don't think I just blocked.
No, 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 no. UK, make him
Oh,
mod so he can do that.
oh no.
He'll see it when they come in. He can block them. But so I wanted to do this because I thought it was like I wanted to ask, like, how I know I go off a topic, but it's just something to kind of get the juices flowing, right? She's a thicky thick. You know what I mean? And but she had a little thing when she was younger with BBCs or whatever. And the question was like, like I can understand. I was a freaky little motherfucker, you know what I mean? So I can I'm mod on not gas mask. Okay, cool. I'll make you
I don't
mod
know
on
how to
gas
make
mask.
I don't know how to make a mod.
So um I mean, I don't know, like what was it? What was it like? You know what I mean? Like growing up, like where I don't know. I guess I opposed the women would be here to tell me like I wanted to know where women into BBC because of course boys are. It ain't no like second. Of
Mm.
course we be getting googly eyes off our fucking teachers. You know what I mean? But what is it like for the ladies, Miss Daisy? Like,
I'm
what
pretty
you,
sure Miss Cat, not really speaking for her, but I'm pretty sure she wasn't into that. But for me, I don't even know what BBC is.
Big black cock.
Oh, and that's
big
like,
black cool.
and you just you look that up, and then it just gives you pictures of it of
Yeah,
different
No.
you'll
types.
find a bunch of big dicks. Yes.
Oh, okay. No, when I was young, I don't think I was into looking up any of that because we didn't really have social media like that, so it was harder for us to get to it.
Right.
And I was never stable enough to see stuff like that. I think that when I started getting like really hormonal was when like I finally found somebody I really, really was comfortable with to express my sexuality with, which was my first love. Everybody else would try to get me to have sex with him, and I would be scared. So I didn't really like, but
You
they
know,
would try to
you know
get me to, but whatever.
you
I
know
think
what,
my
Daisy?
hype
That's
was like kissing, huh?
I feel like you just didn't you never played the game hide and go get it.
Um,
I mean, J Smooth
I
was talking
think that when like like Latino kids were
about
very exposed as children. Like I think I was exposed to sex at a very young age, not in a sense of anybody raping me, but like yeah, I was touched by other kids like when I was younger, and some random guy was trying to take me home in the park. So like and then I would like literally sleep right next to my freaking parents, and they would throw fucking pillows at my face, and instead of like covering my face they would fucking wake me up. So like I think that like a lot of the Hispanic cultures had that thing where they would sleep together in one room, and they would do what they would do, like, and then try to have you try to like hide it but still like doing their thing. So like I think a lot of Latino kids were exposed, and I say that to say like I played cops and robbers, not hide and go get it.
Oh,
So when I played cops and robbers, like the guys would come after us and we would be like, I don't know, like they're supposedly like the cops. And then they'll try to like fill up on me and stuff like that. Like, but yeah, like not to get it, but yeah. I
let me
mean, like
ask you.
I think that we were dry humping and stuff. I think that was probably a normal thing.
Yep.
But like, yeah.
So you mentioned dry humping. So there was a thing that I think a lot of kids in our generation did, and it was called play house. Remember that?
Yeah, we played house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you play house. You're like, I'm
Yeah.
the I'm the dad.
Yeah. Always ended up being the
Like
mom. Mhm.
motherfuckers used to jump up to me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, because that was just the thing. It was like we're gonna act grown up, and if we act grown up, then we can do grown up things. You know what I mean? And it,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they knew what they were doing. I do
no,
remember, like,
none of us did. None of us did. But
yeah,
smart individuals like me and Bish, like I was very. I lost my virginity at 9 years old. I was fucking it very fucking not 9, 11, excuse me, 11. I was very open to feeling something in the warm of the womb. If you did, like my daughters asked me all the time, "What you?" I'm like, I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you about it later. You know,
yeah.
yeah,
When I was younger, I don't think I felt it as much as I when I got older. Then I started feeling something. But like when I was younger, I'll be like, "What are you doing?" And they'll
right.
be like, "Watch, let me just try this on you." And I'll be like, "No."
Yeah, for boys, it was
And then I
different.
would be like, "Okay, whatever."
For boys, it was different. I used to fucking watch a movie and watch two people kiss, and my fucking little thing at that time was fucking get harder than the motherfucking Stone Age. You
Yeah, I think boys
know
experience
what I mean? You know what
your
Daisy is
sexuality
looking
faster.
up later,
I mean, I look up shit now.
huh?
Like, if I don't want to go find a new person or anything, because I don't like adding new bodies onto my account. So I try to either go. It's crazy because I mean, I think all girls don't. We either end up with somebody old or we try to like wait it off. So we end up like having our toys, right? So we'll look up pornos and stuff like that. I mean, for those that are very sensual or sexual, I don't think that it's not normal. I don't think it's unnormal. Some people are probably more private about it and they don't, they hide it.
We're all so you didn't discover masturbation until you were older.
Yeah, I didn't discover masturbation until I was about to lose my virginity, and my it was my boyfriend who did it. Like he would start like touching me and telling me how to play with it, and then like that's how I ended up getting a little bit more hormonal, and like I got to know my body, and then like I knew how to, climax. So
Hold
like
the phone. Hold on. You learned how to play with yourself from a man.
yeah,
Okay, good kudos on that nigga right there.
hmm
Gee, a round of applause for that motherfucker. Thank you, whoever you are, for for opening up the daisy. I guess.
I was 18, so I was a senior in high school, so I think I did good because I was in elementary school and I would see girls having sex. Like
Yeah, yeah.
literally like my friends and stuff were already having sex. I'll be like, "No, like I don't want to have sex cuz I'm scared like it's going to
Right.
hurt
I'm
me."
saving my virginity.
Well, it
No,
wasn't
I
just
was
Yeah.
scared.
HIV too. HIV was a big scare. I know that was my biggest thing when I was young. I was like, I don't want to catch AIDS.
It wasn't for me. I think I had good foster parents here and there. Like I might not had consistent foster parents, but I remember one lady told me like make sure that whoever you give it to appreciates it. Like make sure you're in love with him or you're gonna marry him or like he deserves it. And then also make sure you hold on to your virginity because not everybody deserves it and it hurts. And so when she said it hurts, I was like, okay, I'm good.
And yet, no one really explains the whole dynamic to you, right? They
Yeah.
explain a little bit. They'll be like, oh, you
Well,
just get past.
honestly, it did hurt. I mean, it hurt because it was my first time, and I like he tried to go slow and stuff, but it hurt. And then I didn't really enjoy it. Like I was like, what the fuck did I lose my virginity for again? I was like,
Yes.
oh yeah, because you deserved it. But like at the end of the day, like did I really like enjoy like giving up my virginity? No, I probably could have held on to it.
Enjoy it.
See, that's preaching. That's preaching right there. See,
Nah,
that's
you didn't.
preaching, girl. Hey, girl, you killing it right there, girl. Pow, 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 pow. I mean, that's preaching right there. You right though. I ain't got shit to say about that. I'm like, shit.
I guess
You just spit it
it's
out
like
the
the same
bush.
as in your butt. It's like just putting it in your butt. It hurt the first time.
You know, they said a
Yeah,
lot of white chicks were doing that. Like a lot of white chicks who were like cheating on their dudes, they would have like, because they didn't want to lose their virginity, or a lot of Jewish females. I think it was like Jewish females were doing that because they
also,
didn't want to lose their virginity. Yeah, so
Mm,
they like do it in the butt.
yeah, that was a big thing.
no,
It was a big thing.
see,
I know I was white girls, and I don't know about Jewish girls, but I know white girls is like always. It was like, and I think that's a lot. Why I don't have no
oh,
why. I have no idea.
we would get ate out mostly because when a guy finds out you're just a virgin, they like enjoy eating you out because they want to try to see if you will let them like put it in or whatever, and
I
you'll
don't know
still
why.
end up saying no, like no, get off
I
of
don't know
Yeah.
me.
why you
All
said
right.
that. You know why when you said that, I immediately thought of Vanilla Gorilla. I don't know why. Why the fuck
Ah,
that
man.
really
Somehow
crossed
put
my
me
brain?
and him
Let's get
together.
into
Let
our
me
next
know
one,
what you
people.
noticed.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. We're gonna get into our next one right quick. Real quick. Go get right into the meat and potatoes. I got a couple of videos. We're gonna kind of go back and forth, but check this out.
Cellulite legs, but look at those stretch marks. Aren't they pretty?
Baby, they are gorgeous. But baby, not to knock on you, but there's a difference between what you got and what I got. Now,
Cellulite legs, but look at those stretch marks. Aren't they pretty?
baby, they are gorgeous. But baby, not to knock on you, but there's a difference between what you got and what I got. Now, I'm only doing this just to give an example of what a thick girl is versus a BBW. There is a difference. There goes nothing. So this is me without a filter. So I got all of this. Got all of that too. And I got more on the back. And that's just my belly and my back. I got way more on my thighs, way more on my hips, with cellulite for days. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And some people just can't always see it. And that's okay. Because this beautiful plus size girl is beautiful. And BB.
So I wanted to talk about it. Is there a difference between thick girls and BBWs?
Thick girls and BBW. Okay, so when I
Thick,
think BBWs, when
right?
I think BBWs, I think a woman
I'll
with
shut that.
curves that has a nice shape that's a little thicker. Well, I think
Hold on, repeat that
I
again.
think
I'm sorry. Repeat that again. I'm sorry.
so. To me, a BBW is a shapely woman that has a nice body, but she's thick or like a little bit on the heavier side, right? So she may be a little bit like her. She carries her weight in the right places, basically. So some people call her fat, right? But she's really like well proportioned with her fat, but her body is nicely shaped. So like the first one to me is a BBW. The second one would be just regular a fat young lady, you know what I mean? Because I think it has to do with the roles, and then there's a sex appeal with one, which is the BBW. So when people say, "Oh, I like BBWs," I'm down for BBWs, they're automatically thinking about the thicker woman that is nicely shaped because they got ass, they got smaller hips, and they got big boobs. They carry their weight. They have weight, but they carry it well in the right places.
Mm, okay.
Um, but there's so I mean, if you want to categorize them in three different categories, I mean, I would say there's regular thick women, BBWs, and then there's fat women.
I just thought it was just two. I just thought it was just like
No.
I
Because
just
if you
thought it
look
was
up
just thick.
BBWs, if you go online and look up BBWs, you're gonna see they're mostly all nicely shaped and pretty thick girls. Like if you go look at a BBW as a model, they're not gonna have rolls. They're just going to have weight on their hips, on their thighs. They're gonna have weight maybe on their arms and have like just a little chunkiness to them and big boobs. But
Mm.
they have a nice shape.
So from my perspective, I thought BBW were the women that were voluptuous, and the thick, curvy women were the one that was just like all in the right places.
Mm-mm. Yeah, when you
It's the
think
opposite. You're
when
saying it's the
people talk,
opposite.
yeah, when people talk BBW, they mean the curvy, nice looking women with like
Okay.
nice shape and
So
like
would so would
no
would
rolls.
Lizzo be considered a BBW or a thick girl?
Yeah, she's not a BBW. She's a thick girl.
See, I would think
Now,
she'd be a
hold the
BBW.
fucking phones. What the
I,
fuck are you women talking about
I thought she was a
Because she has
BBW.
right
rolls
now?
and it's not sexy.
I
Is
thought thick women. Hold on. Okay, I thought thick women got all in the right places. Right? I thought that was thick
yeah,
women,
the curves
and
and the
people
lumps
like
and
and
all that
women like
shit. Yeah.
Lizzo would be like a BBW.
I
That's what
promise
I
you.
thought.
I promise you. Look up BBWs. I promise you. All they're
I
gonna
don't want
show.
to look it up. I
All
don't
they're
want to look
gonna
it up.
show you is gonna show you the shapier women that don't have no rolls, that their bellies are not sticking out. They're just
Okay.
nicely shaped and their
That's
stomach is
backwards though.
flatter.
That's fucking backwards. It's backwards as fuck.
No, see, there's only BBWs and there's fat people. BBWs and fat women. There's no like, oh, she's thick. I mean, well,
Oh,
I guess
you
you could
fucking
call her
women are
thick,
fucking
but
evil.
they
Okay.
do.
You women are evil. You women are evil.
Okay. So look.
It's fucking
All
Then
evil.
right.
Brad come up with the rules.
So this came up as okay. I found a couple of them, but it's kind of stating what we were saying. Like okay, this would be considered a BBW. All right, hold on. Let me share this with y'all.
BBW means big, beautiful woman. So I don't understand where the cross is in between. In between, that's a fat woman or a thick woman. Like, if you
See,
talking,
she's shapely. She's shapely. She has a nice hip, like, and she has like her waist is small, so she's
she
considered a
fat.
BBW because she's not. Her stomach is not out. It's not out of place. It's no rolls. Now
So that's fat.
that's fat.
That's
Okay,
big.
so old girl was titled a BBW though. The black chick, she was titled a BBW. She
Yeah.
was
So if
titled.
you go, but if in general, when public thinks BBWs, they think about her.
But she got a no.
This would be, or
They
that would
think
be
about
to me.
cocaine.
That would be
That's BB.
BBW.
That would be a BBW.
That's
Yep. That's what you talk about.
Yeah, so BBWs are usually for most people when they think BBWs, they think about a shapely, pretty woman.
see,
No stomach.
she would be thick to me, like kind of like on the thick side, just thick,
That's
right?
thick. Yeah, to a guy that's
That
thick.
would be
You
BBW to me.
yeah, you BBW.
Or go
Okay,
That's
like
thick.
that's
That's
thick.
thick.
I'm
That's thick. Yeah.
BBW.
That's thick.
That's thick. Yeah. Y'all got the term. Women got the terminology all fucked up. This is why the world's the way it is. Y'all fucked around and did them
When I have
flipping.
talked in Facebook about like women and stuff, like most people will say, "Yeah, that's not a BBW.
That's not
That's
even
a
thick.
fat
That's just a
lady,
fat ass.
or that's a fat woman." And so, yeah, it's
That's
everybody when they think
that's
about
not even thick. That's
BBW.
a fat ass. Consider it thick.
Well, her thighs are big, and then
I think of
she
no.
wouldn't
See,
be a
I think
regular
no.
She's
model
I
because
thick.
think
she's on the heavier side.
She's
thick.
thick.
Uh-huh.
That's
So
it.
Figure is
She's
thick.
not
so she wouldn't be a
BBW.
It's
regular
thick
model
too.
because she's on the thicker side. So she would be considered a
Thick.
BBW.
Y'all got the shit all fucked up. Oh my god. Because I think niggas out here really thinking like we thinking. They thinking like we thinking. Y'all got the terminologies flip flop and shit.
No, most men that I know that like BBW, they really do like women with thick thighs, big hips, and small waists with big boobs. So
Sure,
basically,
sure.
uh, with
I'm not
no rolls and no fat sticking out.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think there's a lot of men out there that's thinking like me, and also as Biz. When you think of a big, beautiful BBW, I think of a woman with rolls. Period. I don't care. I don't stomach or not.
Yeah, see, we
Big
don't replace
because
that
it's
meaning
English.
probably.
What?
Everybody don't replace BBWs with pretty looking women
All
that
you
have
gotta
nice
do, all
features.
you gotta do is go on porn sites and put in BBWs.
I wouldn't want to watch no sloppy looking lady though, with her
I'm just
fat
telling you, you just
everywhere.
gotta go to any porn site and then type in curvy women and type in BBWs.
It's
They're
the same fucking
totally
thing.
they're like I look up no curvy thick women are like all proportion in the right places. They're just thicker, right? They're just a
Yeah.
thick version of a well proportioned woman, right? But a BBW is just all over.
Uh-uh.
So like, but I don't know. I could be. I mean, you're a woman, so I mean, you know better
Hey,
than I
I
do.
think
What you say?
I don't know. I ain't gonna even give her that. I ain't gonna look. I'm contesting a lot of women out there. I'm telling y'all right now to y'all fucking face. I'm contesting y'all on all that shit. Y'all need to revamp this shit. Like for real. That shit is my entire of knowing what a BBW was and knowing what a thick girls. When I grew up, when I see a thick girl, I was like, oh, she got a little weight. Thick, little weight, thick. She was thick. That's what thick is. You get a thick stick opposed to a skinny stick. It's thick. It's a thicker stick. You get a fat ass stick or a big stick. It's a big stick. You know the fuck? You guys have
Big stick.
twisted the fucking term. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? You get a skinny piece of chicken. What you say? Oh, that's a skinny piece of chicken. You get a big piece of chicken. Oh, no, that's a big piece of chicken. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm making people have like there's been so many like terms and turns with the terminology. It's just fucked shit up because thick should be thick. Girl, you thicker than a Snicker. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Thicker than
that's
a
where
Snicker.
you know what I mean. That don't mean you get a double sized Snicker. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not.
that terminology really came from the fact that models, because models like are usually like stick skinny, right? Because they can wear material better, and they have to be tall so that they can like, so the material can elongate and the dress can like be showy off or whatever. And so, like, then there's the thicker models, but then thicker models are not going to be called thick. They're going to be called BBWs.
Oh no, plus size. They call them
Oh
plus
yeah,
size.
Yeah,
of plus size, yeah.
right. So what's the difference between plus size and BBW?
But to me,
No,
plus size
BBW.
and BBW is the same.
It's the same thing.
But
Look,
except for the one with the rolls, that's not a BBW nor a plus size to me.
I
Like
That's
think
too fat.
BBWs, they shop at Lane Bryant. You get what I mean? Or some thick women does. Some thick women do, but like mostly BBW shop at Lane Bryant. Lane Bryant's it's a plus size woman store. You know what I mean? So anything past like I believe 12 or one of those sizes. I don't know. I don't why the fuck I don't know. That's not my like I don't know. I'm learning from the you know what I mean. If they say they love it, hey, I adore it. If you love it, I
I
adore it.
don't understand anymore because when I say a big girl, I'm not talking about a thick girl. When I talk about a thick, my girl's thick and she thick. If I say I got my girl big, my girl's big. If my girl's fat, that I think see when I think of fat, I think
I
of
just think
like
of big.
see when I think
I just think of big. I don't think it's
sure, and it's other places too. Like you know what I mean,
right.
your neck and there's all type of little different places that I think about. But I could be wrong. When I think of big, I think of like, you know what I mean, all the little voluptuous places that
Right.
and I've seen so many women And I've had big when my mom was big. My sisters have been big in some way. When I see them, you know what I'm saying? I don't see them sometimes they be like, you're thick. I'll be like, girl, you got a little bigger. You know what I mean? You're a little big side, girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just
People,
saying.
thank you. Ms. Days, you want to conclude this before we go into our next one?
No, I don't have nothing to say about it other than
Yeah.
yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast. People will get into our next video. Gang, gang, gang.
Cellulite legs, but look at those. No, I'm saying you're not deserving if you're obese. You don't deserve a guy that makes 6 figures if you're obese.
Are you comfy? Because there is so much more to unpack here than just the blatant fat phobia. The demographic of that debate board is rather questionable in the fact that it's a bunch of skinny people talking about whether big women deserve to be loved or not. There was one there defending us. Happy days. I'm grateful for her. But to turn round and have them judge us without even us being able to have a voice in the situation, that's not acceptable. So let me put in my 2 cents, 2 pence, wherever. I'm a bigger girl, and if you're going to sit down and tell me that I do not deserve to be loved because of my size, that is extremely fatphobic and should not be acceptable on any level. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that everybody has to find me attractive because I'm a big person, because that's not the case. The truth is, people have preferences. Some people like big girls, some people don't, and that's completely fine. I'm not going to force anybody to fall in love with me, even though my wit and charm are completely off the fucking scale. My deserve and worth of love is not defined by my body. And maybe you should spend more time worrying about what's coming out of your mouth than what's going in mine.
So, are big girls deserving love? Do they deserve to have what they want? And also, can people have fat phobia? Is fat phobia a real thing?
Yes. Yes, it is.
It is.
I had
Fat
fat
phobia
phobia when I was younger.
it's a thing.
I was scared that people would sit on me and take my air away. Why are y'all laughing? That's a real fucking thing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Why are y'all laughing at me, man? I really was scared, man. Scared of fat people when I was younger, man. I was a little guy, fucking skinny, and I thought fat people would sit on me and take away my air, man. I didn't know anything else. I
I'm so sorry. No,
I'm so fucking serious. You laugh. Not funny, man. That was real childhood trauma.
crying.
That's fucked up.
It was, man. I used to look. No, it was bad. I used to literally. I avoided fat people for the most part of my life. If you were fat, I would not talk to you in school, or I would avoid you because I thought you would hurt me. I thought you would hurt me. I don't know what it was. I really thought you would take my air. I thought you would take my air, and that's not me today. Obviously, I'm not that person today. But when I was younger, I had a bunch of phobias when I was younger, but that was one of them. That's a real phobia.
It was always the bigger person that wants to be a bully too, like the bigger fat person or the bigger thick girl that wants to fucking beat up a skinnier girl, or the bigger fatter guy that wants to beat up on the little weaker little guy or something. So yeah, I could see that being a phobia as well.
Just guys, it was fat people. Period. Because they used to. You're right. They used to portray it in like cartoons. Like the fat guy was always the bully or this and that.
But sometimes they are. It's because when I was little,
They
and
do stuff to you. It could be a reason.
It was always a bigger girl that would come after me. And then one time I got bullied at Long Beach Wilson by this girl because she really wanted me to be her girlfriend. And I was like, oh, hell no. Her ass was big. I was like, fuck no.
Okay. Since we're giving out trauma stories, look, so check.
Let's go, Biz. Give it out. Please do. I'm not gonna thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so
We feel like I'm the only
I
one around.
I wasn't so afraid of like big people. It was just I had a bully who was like big. This motherfucker was like big. It was just a big ass bully, and
I told you.
yeah, I mean, and don't and like no lie, like I had to champion that shit. Like I had to. He kept fucking with me, kept bullying me around. I had enough of that. I mean, of course, we was in like third grade, but I had enough of that shit, man. You know what I mean? I had enough of that shit. I was like, man, you better get you, man, I'm tired. Boom! Gave him that super uppercut. You know what I mean? You could supersize this, bitch. Yeah. Right? Fuck him up. They did like, after that, I just never but then I mean I had a few fights with a couple big dudes who were like 6 foot, maybe 230. They were tall. And I was out there like fighting them bad boys, you know what I mean? But I mean, I've never had the fear of like, I think it was the person. It wasn't so much like the big guy. If I'm looking into a detail, it wasn't like he's a big guy, but it was just like the person. But do I think fat phobia is a real thing? To me, I don't think if fat phobia is a real thing. What I think it is just people have preference. You know what I mean? And people are so quick to. I got a video that's gonna play next about a woman talking about big guys and big women and how big
But
women will
here's the, I
have a
think
more they will have more outcome and better outcome than a big guy would, right?
I think
And
there's a difference.
that's to show
Um,
you what society really say, right?
I think I think there's a difference
Society
between
go ahead.
I think there's a difference between like a like a thick person and then a fat person. So like a lot of people like they they kind of connect someone that's bigger, like 300 pounds or above, especially depending on your height, to unhealthiness, like you're not healthy. And
I
so
know, but
that
but
kind of decreases and minimizes the reason why. And it's also like, the obesity is one of the things that's in the Bible. So like people connect that to that too, like it being a spirit and being a bad thing. So this is why a lot of
Connected
society
to the
views where the views are coming from as far as it being a negative thing when you're
Hold
thinking
on, hold on,
about
no.
a
hold
fat
on, hold on.
person.
You said it's connected to the Bible of being obese.
Yeah, it's a sin to be obese.
The gluttony is a sin, not to be
Yeah,
obese.
gluttony is it's obesity.
That's
It's
not
being
the same
fat.
thing. No, that's not the same thing, Daisy. You're misconstruing that. No, to be big,
Gluttony is eating a lot, right?
there's some
It's
people that cannot help being big. Period. I don't give a fuck what you do. You are a big person. You can't do shit about it. You can be on whatever weight loss program, whatever the fuck you do about it. Go get surgery. You'll get big again. There's people out there that
Yeah,
get
but
that
I
big.
don't think right, but I don't think you understood what she was saying. And like there's healthy big people. Like I get what you're
Sure,
saying. There's
sure.
healthy big people. It's not as sure they're actually there, right?
No,
Like what you're
yeah,
saying,
I'm
where
agreeing with
people
you.
can't lose, like they can't, like they're just thick,
Yes,
right? And
yes,
they're like, okay, we know someone, Rick, our boy Rick. I'm gonna
thick.
fuck if this motherfucker goes out and lose like 50 pounds, he's still gonna have that size on him. He was built stocky. You know what I mean? And so like there's a health you're right.
Yeah.
There are healthy big people out here.
Way.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I don't think she's saying that. I believe what she's saying is the lazy sense. You know what I mean? Just being lazy and just getting all, what I mean, gutted and like, I mean, you
the
just like
visual
every,
sense of how people perceive a fat a person that's overweight is always a negative, on the negative side of it because of, like the gluttony thing in the Bible, or whatever else, like it's unattractive or whatever it is, but it's like always something negative connected to them, and they automatically assume that a person that's heavy on the heavier side is most likely unhealthy.
Hey, if you take your ass to Africa, them dudes will wife your ass up quick. They love big girls, bro. They ain't playing with no motherfucking skinny ones.
Did
They
you see
said,
the one video I sent you where like the bigger the man, the more attractive he is on one side, one of those tribes?
I didn't see the video though. I didn't see the
shit, I'm gonna pull out. We're gonna have to do that on a special podcast. That was dope. That was funny. That was funny. um, UK says thick is when you got the right. Thick is when you got it in all the right places, but still somewhat skinny. BBWs are bigger women that got a stomach. He also says,
he sees it.
um,
See?
both of my women are thick. Don't really got much of a stomach or nothing. You know what I mean? He said, y'all wrong. Walkies say y'all wrong, LMAO.
He been
He said
quiet.
she didn't say fat girls. She didn't say fat girls didn't deserve love. She said not a six-figure man. Yes, because old girl was saying that how, oh, you saying that we don't need love. She didn't say that they didn't need love. She just said that they don't deserve a six-figure man. And that's the question too. What I had. Like
That's
do big girls deserve a six-figure man
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
on
Big
what
girls
terms?
deserve big girls deserve a six-figure man, and this is the reason why. Because just because she's big doesn't equate to the same fact of her deserving. Just she can do everything she's right in all the categories. Now I can understand if she says, I don't see a six-figure man with a big girl, or I don't understand a six man with a big girl because most six-figure men, most of them, not all of them, most of them, trophy their wives, and when you're a six-figure man, you trophy
Right.
you become into this where you trophy the things that you have: a boat, a car, money, and then it's also your woman. So a lot of men, a lot of them, not all, will walk into a room. Yo, this is my piece, and they showboat them like that. So to say that they're not deserving, I can understand. I don't get that. Deserve it, not, because there's been a lot of women that are skinny today that were big before. A lot of women, a bunch of them now. There did them in so many keto diets and all this bullshit ass diets that it went on that's been successful and lap bands and all that shit that's been successful for certain women. And now they are with six-figure men. So it doesn't make any sense to me.
Miss
That's hatred talk to me. That's hatred talk to me.
Miss Daisy, do you believe big girls deserve a six-figure man?
A person is a person, no matter. I'm taking it to Dr. Zeus. A person is a person, no matter what size they are. Uh, I'm taking it to Whoville.
Uh no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll go let you finish.
Yeah, so I mean most of the time, yeah, if he's a artist, he's gonna be more showy because he's a lot of the times people look for people that are like them, that represent them. So like if he's gonna be like, nice and into fitness, he's gonna want a girl into fitness. If he's into an artist that's on TV, he wants a girl that's gonna be pretty. But like Shamar Moore surprised everybody when he decided to be with the girl from Criminal Minds that was a little bit more heavy set. He shocked the motherfucking people everywhere around him because did nobody expect him to be with someone like her who, you know what I mean, who is not as modeling or whatever. So yeah, I mean, she deserves it. She deserves because she seemed like she was very sweet. She still was an artist because she was, a movie star. So why couldn't she have a Shamar Moore in her life? It
You know
gives
why?
people hope.
You know why? Fucking skinny girls and fit girls and all that shit, even though they look good for the time being, they are still they so washed out. Like, you know what I mean? Bad
You
Um
use
bitches on
both.
that. nice bodies, this and that, and then you go out to the club, you're worried about them. You leave to work, you're worried about them. It's always something. Even if you're not worried about them, they're worried about you. They're crazy as fuck. Like it's always yes. And the only and Biz know what I'm talking about. Biz, you know how many crazy bitches and Biz and passed the nigga when we were younger. That nigga that passed me well, maybe like a 3 or 4. Like Biz and passed me, like, he's like, nigga, this bitch crazy. He bad. And I look at him like, Biz, this bitch bad. And then I go and I do my thing with it. I'm like, this nigga was right. This bitch crazy. And most of them, because they get a complex with themselves. There's a complex amongst you women, and I'm not bashing women or anything, and I want to be clear. There's a complex amongst women, but women have a complex too, where you guys, huh?
Women are territorial, just like
You
men.
froze. You froze. You
Yeah, I
like
know there's a
frozen.
lot of freezing. No
Yeah.
idea what this freezing happened, but bear with me. There's a complex with women, and complex with women is if you're with skinny women and with thin women that they're the see all be all, and they're the ones that can do this and do that, or if they're not, or if you're not looking at them, they're not pretty enough, or this and that, and blah blah blah. There's so many different areas, but there's so many now. It's switching to the game where big women are starting to be confident, more confident. When that was the complex of a big woman, and it's crazy. Is just what I'm saying is, and when I dated all the slim women and the model chicks and all that, I was never. I can tell you like this: I was never all out.
Oh, you froze again.
Not always, but there were times. Sure, like myself. I'm like because it was so many other niggas out there. Am I still frozen?
No.
There's so many other niggas out there that when you got a trophy wife, there's so many niggas out there that's trying to get your girl. There's so especially when you're young. When you're young, all bets are off. All bets are off when you're young. And I didn't know that when I was young. You know what I mean? I'm trying to hold on to this one because she bad. And then there's like 5 to 10 different nigga gawking and trying to get with her.
So
it ain't the same way.
You're right. So I definitely I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I don't think she does. I don't think she deserve. I don't think she deserve a 6-figure dude.
There you go. Here you fuck kicking Legos. Go ahead, nigga.
You know why? Because I get the whole like fact of love and you're in love with someone and blah blah blah. But you should want to be in the best form of yourself when meeting someone like that, right? You should want to be in the best fitness, right? And like whether we understand it or not, whether people may like it or not, that's just like we praise. Society has praised a big dude can't do that, right? If you say that, oh, like, what can a big guy do? A big guy deserve a 6-figure woman? Most motherfuckers are hell no. He better get his ass in the gym, get his shit straight.
That's bullshit. No, that's bullshit. That's not true. That's not fucking true. There's more
unless
big
you,
men out there.
hey, unless you wait, unless you Kevin Federline, unless you exceptional like Kevin Federline, where you can Kevin Federline a hoe, and then get fat and all woo woo.
Are you serious?
Dudes ain't getting it, bro. You cannot sit here and tell me that there are big dudes that are getting with 6-figure women on a normal basis.
Go to Atlanta. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, Atlanta teaches their women to love their man no matter what.
Go to Mississippi.
Like they freaking feed their even if they're homeless, they motherfuckers just be
This
feeding the motherfucking homeless ass men.
Hey, Atlanta is not everybody. So I can get what you're saying.
What I'm saying,
I can get what you're saying. Check. I can get what you're saying. No. You see, you might not understand. See, you not get what I'm saying. See, it's a difference. I can be if you take myself, and I'll be cocky, whatever. People want to say he's arrogant, whatever. You can take myself and a big dude, right? and we can go all around this country, and by far, I will come out with more numbers
Nope.
than the big guy.
Nope. I've kicked around a lot of millionaires, a lot of them, a bunch of them, and the guys from Texas,
Nigga,
Atlanta.
you can't say that shit. Look at Cisco. Look at what's that fucking band? What was that band? Drew Hill. Wait, what was Drew Hill? Drew Hill.
Sure, we're not talking about stars. I'm talking about the.
Okay, let's put Biggie Smalls next to Tupac. I'm
Come
pretty sure
on, come
Tupac
on,
got the
Daisy.
best.
Preach. Tell them,
Tupac got the
Daisy.
best group of women. Period. Like Biggie
Tupac
barely
told
got them, and when
Biggie.
he got them, it's because they were money hungry,
Tupac
or they
told
wanted to
Biggie,
be in
yo,
the
you need to
fucking.
do more of this.
You fat ass motherfucker. Yeah, I get it. Yo, don't get me wrong, nigga. I think I'm fat now, which I'm not, but I call myself fat all the time, and that's in. I'm not nowhere near.
You not fat. You just stocky. You look like a football player built.
Who, me?
Yeah, you are not fat.
Girl, you have no idea, girl. What
You
I'm.
stocky. Maybe you have a beer belly. Let me see. Let me see. Get up. Let me see your belly. Yeah, I told you if you fat. I'm pretty sure you're not. I can tell you're not. You have a football body. You probably used to be a football player. I can tell.
I guess. Thank you, Daisy. I guess. Thank you. Hey, you tell a female that, that's a problem.
You got me,
Walter. Sure. I'll
Because
take
you're
it.
not Biggie Smalls. You definitely not Biggie Smalls.
No. But I can tell you, I get tired more than I used to 6 months ago.
That's because you old.
bro,
Yo, man.
Biggie's
not old.
bro, Biggie's girl end up fucking with Pac. You get what I mean? Like,
I understand
so
that.
you gotta understand that. That's what I'm telling you. Yes, it happens, but that's not happening on a major scale. So for big women to say that a big woman deserves to be with a man who built himself up to be in that position, whether he's big or not. You know what I mean? He's not. Most big dudes who got bread ain't getting big girls. They getting the baddest. I'm telling you, these big niggas are getting skinny dude bitches all day.
I always wonder why Faith Evans got with Biggie, because I always felt like maybe because
bread.
I feel like a lot of women get with like unattractive man most of the time because they think that they're not going to be cheated on. But Biggie was making money, so it brought him the hoes, and because of the fact that he was making bread and he was in the eye of the public, they wanted to ride the clout. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It was what it was, but I think that she really wanted to be with him probably because she felt like maybe because he really went after her, and she probably thought that he wasn't going to cheat on her or whatever. But I mean, I guess he's an artist regardless, and motherfuckers still throwing coochie out there at anything as long as they getting fucking attention.
And I think that's the great part of tonight too, because people think we're mostly talking about women, but yes, it's based around women, but it's dudes involved in this too. Like, it's that comparison. So I didn't say woman fat phobia, I didn't say male fat phobia. I just saying period. Like, they say that's a real thing, or even the other part, like on how people say that should a type of person deserve a certain person of a certain stature, whether my opinion agrees with people or not. It's just facing facts. Like, now, whether the man chooses to be with her, that's different, right? That's totally different, right? Like Walter Walter got me real good right here. He said, where's that comment at? He said, Joaquin said she don't deserve a 6-figure dude. What if she got some good cooter and the best throat in the world? I was
She gonna have to have because she
that
hasn't.
fucked me up. Hey, watch it.
Remember
She's
when
my
I said
guest.
on one of the podcasts, I said they do end up having a little bit better of a head because they have to be extra thicker because they have to make up for the fact that they're not as attractive as a trophy wife.
UK says a lot of my family are big. Only a couple of are big. Only a couple of us are skinny. Hey, they say half majority Americans are obese. So we're on the block. Game Face says, I want a woman who is a rider as a person first, but being healthy results in a better quality of life for her and me.
Yeah, I told you that they connect that with
You see,
health.
hold on. You see the fucked up shit of this though. I could read this shit like verbatimly and be like, "Oh yeah, I know." Like, no, I want to ride it. I want to, I'm riding the person first. But health do matter.
I told you it was a health issue, how people be looking at it.
Yeah, yeah, facts. UK says a lot of bigger women are becoming sugar mamas nowadays to try to keep a man. Yeah, that's major.
Exactly.
A lot of dudes is waiting to income tax season. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these big women are cuffing up nowadays. They getting
Yeah.
that income tax season that's about to hit. So a lot of dudes is
It's sugar
hitting up
mama season,
hitting up
y'all. It's sugar
hitting
mama
up all the
season. It's boyfriend season too, and homeless boyfriend seasons at that.
UK says yes, Daisy, his asses. Oh, also Miss Hill says, look at Big Pun, Fat Joe, Heavy D. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, they was getting it. Don't get me wrong, but if you put LL Cool J against Heavy D, as far as the women, I don't know. I don't know. If we put what Big Pun, who was riding with who was moving at Big Pun time? What's another artist that was moving at Big Pun time? Shit, it was a gang of them too. Shit, I can't think of another artist. Fuck. Fuck. Shit. But even Fat Joe, even Fat Joe, Ja Rule and all them, man, Fat Joe and man, when them niggas came around, I'm telling you, it was just a difference. Now, when they got money, you right. You know what I mean? Miss Daisy said that earlier. Like, he got money. A lot of big dudes, a lot of women that get with big dudes because they feel like, you know, because he's not that attractive, he probably won't cheat. But somebody like Biggie who has money is drawing all that, what I mean, punani, what I mean, towards him. So I get that. Definitely get that. Game Face 009 says need to get past the exterior and value and the interior, who a person really is. Yeah, but you gotta understand that fucking bed go cost every 6 months, some shit.
The fuck up is.
Hey, that's what my girl that
Oh
worked at
man.
the Long Beach Whistler looked like. She was fat with raccoon eyes. How you guess that? Cause she was really trying to bully me into being her girlfriend. I'm like, what the fuck? And they used to call her raccoon eyes for real.
Damn. As long as she don't have raccoon eyes, black around her eyes, and light skin with the dark skin neck, she could.
She got dark creases and shit.
Because you're not washing. Yeah, you're not washing. Yeah.
Oh, yo, I was watching this thing today on, I don't know if it was on TikTok or something, but this one lady had such big legs and thighs that she literally took a brush and freaking brushed in between the fucking creases. And it was like one of those
Damn.
back brushes that you wash your back
Damn.
with.
She
I was
damn. She
like,
took a
what the,
brush.
like the whole top of the brush went in her face. I was like, hell no,
They'd
like
be like,
hell no.
they'd be like, Biz, what you want to, what you want for lunch today? Nothing. I'm good. Done. You don't want
Yo,
nothing for lunch
I
today?
had
Nope. I'm my
I
lunch.
had this lady.
My stomach is fucked. No, I'm good.
Okay, so I have Uber. You know my Uber Chronicles, right? I had this one heavy set lady like not too long ago in my car crying, talking about her dude was like lying about work and not having a job, and how he wouldn't have sex with her, and how she like explained to him like why you stay with me if you don't want to get physical, and I mean like she needed a walker and everything, and I was
Mm,
like, why do you have him there? Why don't you kick him out? Like he's using you, you know what I mean? I mean, me being like, because you have to damn near be a therapist in the fucking Uber. So like I'm telling her, like, nah, that's wrong because he threw hot grease on her. And I was like, why the fuck you let him back in? I would have been kicked his ass out, because I'm gangster like that. Fuck you, get the fuck out. And she was like, no, because I love him and he don't have no help. He don't have nowhere to go. But I tell him all
Joaquin.
the time why he don't want to have sex with me. I don't stink. I don't smell. Because they say happy people smell. So she was like, I
Wow.
told him I don't smell. Like, I don't understand why
What
he don't want to get physical.
Joaquin said she wasn't fat. She was a whole universe.
Stop,
Yeah,
Walt.
the lady was heavy set. She was
I,
really
uh,
heavy set. But I felt bad for
uh,
her because he's sleeping at her house and eating up her food and not giving her no sex. Like you got
oh
at least
man.
fuck me. Like goddamn, at least
Fuck.
have sex
get
with
to the
me.
bits.
Nah.
Before you get into that bit,
Game
that
face.
before you get into that, there's
You froze again.
there's a too skinny and too fat. Oh, there's a am I still froze?
You good.
No. Okay.
There's a fine line between too skinny, and too fat, and I think that that people need to understand the difference between you get too big, there becomes a health problem. It is a health problem. It's also a joint problem, a problem to the kids that's around you, and different. This is a problem to your self being, and also just being too skinny. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Anything you do too much is always going to be a problem. And I think that, like, when it comes to big women, like, if you don't have self-control or self-love for yourself, then how can you pretend to have love for somebody else? And a lot of these big women that become obese, that could become obese, not that you don't deserve love, is that you need to love yourself first. Because how can you love someone else if you're not loving yourself in order to get your weight to where it's not affecting?
Well, I mean, he moved in and he saw what she looked like before she
He
moved in.
said
So he
what
was for sure
Joaquin
using her.
said Joaquin said, nah, notice there's a difference between a corpse and a plant.
You're right. You're right. Guess what? Guess what? Yeah, you know what? You're right. You know what? Why? Let me walk. Let me trump you on that.
Hold on,
You
hold
don't go
on.
around fucking the grave, but you live on a planet. So, nigga, shut up.
Game face 009 said in my early 20s I was into the physical appearance. In my mid 20s and on, I needed a true partner. Respect. Also, he says, ain't going to ain't going to lie. Bigger women appreciate a good man more. Facts. Uh,
Nah,
That's because they
that's
take more
up for debate.
shit.
That's up for
They take
debate.
more shit.
I would say that they take more shit.
Yeah, it's not.
Joaquin says no. Oh, well, I read that one already. People, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm gonna get into the next video. Please leave your comments in there. I'll get through them, and we're gonna talk about it. Gas Mask Tribe. We're gonna get right into this next one before we end ends. And I think that's my last one. Oh, y'all gonna hate that one. Anyway, people, the meat and potatoes. This is what is built around. This is about what we were just talking about, but more in a deeper term. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Keep them comments coming in. Gang.
I think it's reactionary. Fat men will swear up and down that they settle with fat women. So why would a fat woman want to sit there and even settle for a dude that doesn't respect her? Because the difference between fat girls and fat guys is fat girls have self-esteem, whereas the fat guys have self-esteem from breaking down other people's.
Gang. So, Gas Mask Tribe. Let's all talk about it, people.
I don't fucking agree. I don't agree. I don't agree with her. I
You
just
don't
don't agree.
you don't agree. You don't agree. Big.
I think it's reactionary. Fat men will swear up and down that they settle with fat women. So why would a fat woman want to sit there and even settle for a dude that doesn't respect her? Because the difference between fat girls and fat guys is fat girls have self-esteem, whereas the fat guys have self-esteem from breaking down other people's.
I don't know.
I see what she's saying. don't agree.
So,
If a man's not happy with
no, I
himself,
mean,
he's gonna break down a woman anyway. He's gonna break down whoever he around. You know, it's just in him to do that.
That's not true at all. Most big men, not boys,
You right,
men,
game face.
they don't sit there and do that. They sit there and take whatever they can fucking get. Well, you know what?
Some men.
There are some, you know what I'm saying? There are some that been on the show
A lot more than less.
before
I
that
was
do
sitting
that,
and
but
put
still,
down.
they're dudes. Huh? What'd you say?
She got broke down by a fat guy. She mad.
Yeah. But this is the thing.
I don't. I think she has a point. You know why? Because that touch home.
It's like that.
That,
That's not that's around just doing that. And there's a lot of big guys right now that are like big for big guys. There's a lot of women talking about I just want a big guy and this and that. And there's a
bullshit.
lot of
I want to know because I
I
see a lot of these niggas getting in the gym. These niggas is losing weight like a motherfucker.
want a surfboard. I don't want a cuddle bear.
Shut the fuck up. You want to
She rather have a surf.
I
She
want a
need
washboard. You know the washboard that had the different little
for what? What do you want it for?
racks, racks and racks and racks.
What do you want it for? What do you want it for, Daisy?
Because it's sexy and I want to lay on it. Damn it. I want to feel like I can lay on some packs and not some titties. Like I don't want to lay on titties.
Go get a guy with tumors then. There you go.
I want to lay on packs.
You are fucking
not on titties.
That's fine. You are.
That's making me think you have soft packs over there. Notice.
hey, you know what? You know what? My pecs right now.
Let me see your pack. Let me see. It's gonna be ready out tonight.
Do you not remember? I don't give a fuck. I got some soft pecs, nigga. But nigga, my shit ain't nothing.
You sure the world got offended? Like, wait a minute.
2 week gym membership ain't away from fucking talking about piping. Goddamn it, you're talking about niggas in a except for the exception for niggas like Biz and niggas that was walking around working out all the goddamn time. No, nigga, you not getting no 6-pack goddamn dude. That niggas that eat or nigga that's successful. And most niggas that's successful,
niggas that eat.
Hey, rich people only sleep for 4 hours. So 2 hours out of those they use for exercise. Did you know that? Like rich people only sleep for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's fact.
Yeah, it's true. That's a fact. I'm not talking about sleep. We're talking about eating.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if a successful person is a rich person and he out here almost damn near 24/7, that means that two of those hours that makes him successful is because his ass is at the gym. Early in the morning, at 2 o'clock in the morning, or sometime at nighttime, or in between.
Look, woman. There are 4 hours a day. 4 hours of sleep.
Don't have nothing in life.
To fucking eat. You know the crazy part about this? There's a.
Notice that. Hold on. I don't know. Wait, stop. Notice is like I'm glad that he's like he's giving another side to the big boys, but like notice Big Cat, because I'm gonna tell you about Notice. This motherfucking Notice was like always like I'm telling you, if y'all go, that's why he played football. Motherfuckers always like ripped. You know what I mean?
He was ripped
and all of that shit. Yeah.
Wide backer.
You know what I mean? Like
no.
He was skinnier than that.
No, really? I've been cornerback for halfback. Yeah.
He's always right, but he's always been like, he's always been like thick,
cut.
but
Yeah,
it was
cut.
cut.
Tall
So
and
like,
cut. There you go.
yeah, man, don't let this nigga like, you know what I mean? He know what the business is. He know what's up. He
Now,
understands the dynamic.
Now the skin out so you can show us your pawpaw belly. Your
dude,
pawpaw
don't get
belly.
me wrong. Don't, don't
Oh,
get me
you
wrong. Don't get
from?
me wrong. In a room where
Okay.
you got oil and you got water running down your fucking shit, and girls go and they melt. I get it. I understand. I always that nigga. I was
So,
always that nigga. Yeah,
right.
bitch,
So,
you walk into a room and they don't even know what to say. They like, shit. But my experience, my experience is, once you get them and once you get women into a actual human place to be, they enjoy the finer things of life more than they do that bullshit ass life you had, because that was a bullshit ass life.
shit. I feel you, but I bet money. I bet money a nigga who I bet I don't know. I could put my money on this. That
You can pull a bitch faster, sure.
no. Now I'm saying faster, but I think a guy with money, like a big guy with money, and a dude with no money but has like all the like the trimmings and shit, right? I think that dude would have his chick longer than the big guy. Or
You're
I think that I
yeah.
know, I know I could be crazy. I know.
You know what?
Game face.
I can understand. I can understand. I understand that thinking though.
Wait,
That
put it
thinking
back, put it
right
back.
there. No, for I understand that because that makes more sense in the world we live in today. Because most women they chase they, they chase that they want a
I'm
nice
just
body.
saying.
Yeah, blah blah blah. I
I'm
don't
just
know who
saying.
I don't know who she facts.
Yeah, maybe the other
Trish, what you
message
saying
about me.
facts to? Um, say game face. I think Daisy is a beautiful person. Just needs a true blue without games. A great personality is the most sexy thing.
Thank you.
Did you hear what he just said?
I know. I'm like, what sometimes shit be just going over women is like, God. They just hear what they like, what stands out to
He
them.
said that I needed somebody without game, right? That's what he's saying. That he thinks I have a great personality. He just needs someone. I just need someone that don't play games. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you just heard like part of it. All right, cool. All right.
It says, I think Daisy is beautiful. A beautiful person just needs a true blue without games. A true blue. I don't know. I took that as
Right.
a true person without games. A
Right.
great personality is the most sexy thing. Most sexy thing. That's
But
why I
what
said thank you. Thank you so
Right.
much because he
thing
believes
is,
that I have a good personality.
but that's opposite of what you said that you want and what you like. You
With
said
what?
you wanted a washboard. You said you wanted a wash
No, yeah, but
and you
how
wanted
come
to
I
see.
can't
That doesn't mean
how
that
can
that person is
how can why
personality
can't I have it like Burger King my way? Goddamn, how come I can't have a good personality
because
with
this
Hey,
is not
no games
because
and a
it's
fucking surfboard or a washboard? Like, why can't I have
because
that?
planet
I
because
don't
planet
deserve
Earth because planet Earth wasn't called Planet Daisy. That's why. And on
that.
Earth and on Earth,
no, no,
welcome to
see,
in society.
take into account.
It's crazy today, and you're
But
not going to get when you get a man. If you and you get a man, I don't care how
You say snitching on
a man
Game
gets
Face.
fully as sexy. What's going to happen is you're going to have women that's going to be throwing down his fucking door. Period.
You
You're gonna
snitching on Game Face.
now you got to
Goddamn.
fight a battle. Now you got to fight a battle of women.
hold on, notice. Hold on, notice. See, now, see, that's the other part. See, that's what I was gonna. That's see now you're going into like the reality part. All right, can we just leave it? Can we just leave it in the fantasy world? That's too much. You digging in the bag way too fucking much. You know what I mean? That's that's a no. All right. They don't need because they ain't gonna get that. That's like talking to a wall, right? Because it's like I still deserve that. Well, you got somebody that's so fucking attractive, unless you have, according to that, unless your attributes is along that, his eyes is gonna be at because he's too. You know what I
They're
mean? He's
wandering eyes. He's
yeah.
all
You know
he's
what I
gonna
mean?
be used to getting those
And it's
other
like
bad females.
And it's like, do you have what it takes to compete? So when the whole conversation was, does a big woman deserve a six-figure dude? You know what I mean? When you look at that type of shit, it's like, well, this dude gonna have so many type of females in front of his face, and do you have the qualities and the body? Like, come on. And
One
we're
question
so
for Daisy. One
visual.
question for Daisy. One question for Daisy. Daisy, you get a ripped dude, right? He's nice. He's all built and all that, right? You listen to me? You listen?
Mhm.
Will you check his phone?
No, I never checked my workman's phone.
Oh my God,
That's
that's
what's up.
what if he was on his phone all
You
day?
know what's funny is I never really checked anybody's phone, but they checked mine.
Okay, so check. So I would say this, but Daisy is not like
She's
those
not.
women though.
Yeah, she's not the typical.
Right. So
Yeah,
she would, like I said it before in the podcast, like Daisy can meet a millionaire tomorrow, and
I would
like,
agree.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it matches, right?
Yeah, she
Now, how
very,
she conducts that, and if he's
very much
already
so.
done, like, if he's really into her, I mean, you know what I mean, like that, and he's like done with, with the whole play game or whatever, then that might be something worthwhile to pursue if it came to that. But I'm just saying it's just a different standard. So, I get it. Also, UK says Game Face better watch what he says, saying since his since
Mary,
he's married. LOL. Um
you little snitch.
um Miss Francois says, what you said, the big guy would have his girl shorter time than the other guy. Yep. Yeah. That's what I said. Facts. That's what she was saying. Facts too. So, I mean?
I agree.
Uh you have to, it doesn't matter if you agree. It's reality.
See, I got it right. I knew what he was saying.
And you know why? And you know why he will have her longer? You know why?
I don't agree. Go ahead.
I'm gonna
I'll
tell
tell
you
you why
why.
they would.
I'm
Sure.
gonna tell you why. Because attraction. And he's laying the pipe down. Wait, a broke nigga will lay a pipe down any attractive? She is not like over the big dude who got bread, but who can't give them orgasms up. It's a total difference, bro. It's like it's the total difference. Total big difference. Now she may not stay with him, for as long, she probably get over the dig or whatever, but there's a real thing being dickmatized. The bitches,
It would
you
be
know what I mean? Bitches be getting dickmatized.
You said it
Bitch, you
though.
want to get dickmatized? Huh?
You said it.
No, thank you.
You said it though, Biz. You said attraction. Attraction is going to be the same downfall of what.
Yeah, but that shit can last for a long time, bro. You don't understand. Women get.
Energy and attraction is very strong.
In our day and
I'm.
age, it's
What you
fucking
say, Daisy? Hold
Desire,
on. What you say, Daisy?
energy and attraction and desire is very, very strong
I'm telling you,
energy.
that shit'll win over everything. Shit'll win over everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes most
I'm
like
not saying it fucking won't win, but I'm saying it won't last, and nothing lasts. And to talk about lasting, it won't last longer than the motherfucking the energy.
I got you.
Period.
I'll send you the link. Go to Gas Mask Tribe on IG. Gas Mask Tribe TV on IG. Send me a shit. I'll send you the whole brochure and all that good shit. But yep, we got them all day. Um,
Massage.
you know what I mean? So he said drink tonight. Game Face says UK. I'm just saying what I see. Her ain't no line crossing. LOL, ain't no line crossing.
Sure.
Look, he like, damn, I leave that day skin motherfucker. Hey, get it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You bored of it. That's the whole thing with pretty females. They bored, they get bored, like they get the shit so much that you know what I mean? It's like like that's why I don't be trying to like
I be
I tell
wanting to
dudes.
blush when it's somebody I like. I mean, like if I like you, I'm like, yes, you think I'm gorgeous and beautiful. Now I'm melting, like a popsicle in July. And I'm just kidding. Like Darla from Little
I
Rascal.
people, thank y'all so much. If you're watching on the Gas Mask Tribe on YouTube, That is going to be ending now. So thank y'all so much. If you're watching the Gas Mask Tribe TV on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. That stream is going to be ending now. And thank y'all so much. Y'all come over to Biz Entertainment channel if y'all already over here, but come over to Biz Entertainment channel, and y'all can watch the full show. We finna go into the after hours, all that good shit. Gang, gang.
Thank y'all.
I see what I
Thank
did wrong,
you.
Biz.
Thank you. I really